Hello, world. Welcome to episode 41 of the Podcast Monitor app. Last time we created all the unit tests and updated all the code so that we would have a working um, message factory. Um, and then, or no, I'm sorry. That's not what we did. We updated the feed metadata. Um, we updated the feed metadata class and the unit tests related to that one to get everything so it would pass through, right? So if you look at the feed metadata, we added all this stuff for the Twitter handles, the platform links in here so they could be accessible um, with this new data that we have in our feeds.json, it would be accessible um, through this, and then we made sure the validation was correct, and then we updated all the other stuff so we could use it throughout when necessary. And then I think we also updated the feed. We updated the message factory. We added those in, but I don't. Yeah, we didn't make any kind of changes into any of that sort of stuff. So we're okay with that. Okay. So now we need to merge this back in. We need to. We've completed all the tasks for number 23, our message factory. So we can come in here and we can complete this, merge it back in, and then we can start for implementing the controller. And we can try, we're going to try some prototyping for that before we actually start the deliverable. So let's get started and let's mark this complete. It will say git commit and completing deliverable. And now we need to merge it back in. So if we look here at the log, we have the past few episodes 37, 38, 39, and 40 that we have to merge in, and we're going to create a merge branch, and we're going to use this sort of format that we have right here. And the other question is, how many commits is that? And so I'm just going to use that trick that I was using. There's probably an easier way to do this, but actually I'm going to have to do it on the other one anyway. And I guess I could just do it. All right, so let's check out -b, and we will say, I guess, hold on 1 second real quick. Okay, git checkout -b, and we're going to create a new branch. So it's going to be message factory 023 dash merge. And so now if we check out the log here, right, we're on this other branch. And so I basically need to remove all those commits. So I'm just going to start with this set, right? So let's just do 20. And do git log one line -20 again. Okay, and now we're actually 3 commits past, so I actually know that it's 17 now. Is this start task. So let's reset those as well. So we'll do 17 of them now. And now if we do git log one line -10, we see that we have main and the message factory merge tagged episode 36 is all. Wait a minute. Start first task. Oh, okay, yeah. Message factory merge is what we're on. Is currently at the same one as this, in episode 36, and so now we need to add in episodes 37, 38, 39, and 40. And if we check out its status, right? So we created the message factory, we created the messages, we created the test for message factory, and then we updated a bunch of tests. We updated the work tracker. We updated the feeds.json, and we updated the feed metadata. So if we come into here, we can see all that. So we can see we added this message factory here with the different methods. We added the messages themselves and the unit test for it. Update-wise, we created a deeper copy for the metadata, as well as adding in the metadata to the metadata of the Twitter handle and platforms. We added that data, the Twitter handle and platform data, to the feeds.json, work tracker. Wait, why is that not? That should be complete, shouldn't it? Isn't that what we just did? Up here. Maybe I didn't save it. But then what did it? Okay, I'm going to check that out in a minute. We're going to mark that complete. All these tasks for it are complete. Adding the metadata, adding in the metadata, as well as and this one adds the test for the validations, adding in the metadata, and then adding the message factory. All right, so I'm going to create the commit. So, one thing I need to do is I need to actually update this. Oh no, so it does say complete. Create UT for controller. No, UT, this is tasks. Complete. What did I do then in the last one? Did I mark the wrong thing? Oh, I did. I marked this complete. So I'm just gonna fix that there. There's no need to. We could go back and delete the branch. But, well, what do I want to do? I'm going to do that just because I can. All right, so let's do this. Let's go check out there. We'll get status. We'll delete message factory, messages, tests, message factory. So we're clean here. Now we're going to go get checkout message factory 2.3 merge. Oh no, not merge. That one. And so now if we look back again, we've got, and I keep missing the E. We're back here again. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get reset head 1. I'm going to come in here, this back open, which should clean this up. Okay, and then I'm going to mark the message factory complete. And now we'll go get commit am completed deliverable. Okay, so now we're good. So now we're going to get branch -d message factory 023 merge. And now we're going to check it out again. So now we're going to recreate it. So we just deleted it. Now we're going to recreate it. So now we're here. Log one line -10. Okay, and so now we're back in that same state. And now we're gonna we know now there's 37 commits, so we'll say git reset head 37. And now if we do the one line, we see that we're back where we're on main and we have all those changes, and I don't think we need to recheck them again. So let's go git add. Now if we look at it, everything here is modified. So we'll say git log one line dash 10. And so we're going to do a commit dash m. And so it's going to be merge message factory 023. And there's going to be episode 37 through episode 40. And then we're on, so what do we do here? We created the messages factory and added updated metadata with Twitter handles and podcast links and updated metadata edict. That's not long or anything, but that's fine. So let's check that out again. So here we got that. Switch these over. Okay, and so now we'll go git checkout main, and it changes all those back, and then we'll go git merge message factory 023 dash merge, and it makes all those changes, and we have now completed that, and we just have the controller left. And I guess I should have done this well before, but let's just do it now. Let's do the test suite. Make sure everything is good. Cool. Okay, so we have that. We have the one left. And if we look at this log, there's only a few commits that don't even fit on the page. And if we look, we have we're on main here with this. So now we're gonna check out the prototype, right? So we now have all this prototype code. We have some of the stuff related to Twitter, and then we have the message factory information. So why don't we see if we can turn this into kind of a basic thing that writes the tweets. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here to the Twitter page. Now, since we looked up these previously, it now has some of the ones that we care about as options for who to follow. We can consider in the future, just like we considered this. So let's come in here, and we need to go ahead. We could do this with code, but let's just come in here, and let's just delete all of these. I mean, there's not like, actually, I guess there is a decent amount of them. But we're just going to come in here. We're just going to delete all these from about a month ago when we were testing out the Twitter handle. And I mean, the only reason we're going to have to do this at some point anyway. The reason I'm just going to do it now is because we are technically going to send some tweets that are probably going to at people if we get it right. And so before I do that, I want to just at least have a kind of a clean page. Okay, so now let's switch back. here. And let's see what we got. So let's run real quick. We'll run the current prototype. And that's going to spit out a bunch of this information, and it has these kind of specific dates in here. And so let's start with, let's just comment this stuff out. Filter, 3rd week of March. We'll comment that stuff out, and we can leave that stuff down there. So, all right, what do we have here? We created, and actually, did I leave the filter? Oh yeah, the filters are here. Okay. So we have the feed, and we're grabbing, I'm going to comment this one out too, to start with. All right, and so we're grabbing the first one, which is the main feed here, right? And we're getting the LAF feed. And so let's at least just start with LAF feed, and we'll do metadata. What is it, title? I think they all have the same name, or name. I think they have all the same ones here. So, oh no, wait. Oh no, that's title. Alright. So let's just do this. Oh, I had to print it since I'm not an interpreter. Alright, so we have that. And why don't we just print out all this other information real quick. So we got URL, type, Twitter handle, and platform links. This should all be accessible. All right, and we have the Levitard show, and we have links to the platform. All right, so that's all cool. I don't really need all that actually though, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. So now we're gonna come in here, and we want to basically kind of redo something like this, but we want to do it for today. So we want to say LAF feed today equals filter dot on date LAF feed, and then we want dt dot now, but we also want to set the tz equals to tz dot utc. And so real quick, I'm just going to take this, print this out, count that out for a second, and just see what it comes up with. Okay, so currently it has it as 512. So yeah, so that's, so actually, okay, so I'm going to remove the UTC because I don't want the current UTC actually. Actually, no, I guess now it's just passed in, so now it's technically considered tomorrow. So that's interesting because it's all going to depend on when I run it. Like we actually just passed it. We're 28 minutes. So 5 p.m. Pacific time is the next day UTC. So if we did this, so for now at least, I'm just going to say dt today equals dt.now. And I'm going to go today. Can I set UTC or set tz info UTC equals tz.utc? Can I do that? And let's see what it does. Let's see if this works. Yeah, not writable. Okay, so the other option I can do is I can say, okay, so I want today just in general, and then I want to do, but I want to make it UTC because, well, so what is the filter? On date, daytime. Oh no, it actually uses day.tz info. Alright, hold on. Can I print that? I wonder if this will work. I wonder if I just don't have to use the UTC, if I can just do it using this. No, so it's none. So what if I do tz equals, or tz info equals tz dot, does it have? Time zone name? Alright, let's try this. No. TZ info for a daytime.time zone object does not apply to a string object. Alright, I'm just going to fudge it for now, and we can figure this out later. So I'm just going to say, so now equals dt.now, and then I'm going to say, so I basically need to do something like this. So I'm going to say today equals now.year, now.month, now.day, and I'll just, make it noon. And this will be tz.utc. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, so it has the right date now, and it has the UTC there. So that's fine. We'll at least start with this, and we can figure it out better later. Okay, so then we're in here, we're gonna use this. We're gonna use today. That should run quick, hopefully. Okay, so now for f in LEF feed today, episodes, print, ep title. Okay, so we had Too Many Men, the Miami GP, this is the formula, is the DNF, and we had Moco. Okay, and then, so then if we wanted to, we could come down here, and we would say, well, I guess actually we wouldn't come all the way down here. So let's just come, we'll come down to here for now. We'll say from message factory import message factory equals message factory dot get podcast info main oh no, I want dot get podcast list, and this is going to be episodes is going to be the LAF feed today, episodes, the date, let's do today dot as no today dot how can I get a string format using parse from string. Okay, so we want this. And let me look this up real quick because I think I did this in a past episode, but it's the type of thing that I definitely don't remember. So we'll put it in here. Go to Geeks for Geeks. Okay, so we have the abbreviated weekday name, %A, weekday is a decimal, day of the month, Okay, so we'll say like Monday, or well, today's Thursday, so Thursday, we'll use, this, so May, and then we can use this for 11th, and then the year is capital Y. So we want the lowercase a, lowercase b, lowercase d, and capital Y. Oh, hitting the wrong button. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna say %A, %B, %D, %Y. And then the podcast ID is going to be LAF feed today, metadata, Twitter handle. All right, let's put this so it's easier to see. And we'll say message. Close that. And we'll just come here and we'll print message. So let's see if this part works. All right, so today, this day, at Laboratory Show released these. And then the next thing we would want to say is replies equals a list of factory dot get info main. It's going to be ep, and this is going to be LAF feed today metadata. Was it just links or was it platform links? Platform links. And this will be for ep in LAF feed today episodes. And then we'll do for R in replies print R. Okay, so we need to turn the platform. So it didn't do the platform links correctly. What it did was Anything can only be found on the main feed, Apple, Spotify. And so this here, let's come in here. Let's see. So this here is taking the links. It's creating a bullet list out of the links. And so it's looping through them. So actually what I want is... So here, what I actually want to say is I want to say, can I do, so if I have a dictionary, so right now it's doing the keys, right? And so what I want is, if I put it as a list, I'm assuming it's going to still take the keys, if I do that. Yeah. So what I need to do is I need to create a list and say v in d dot items, and that'll give me those. So in this case here, it's going to be L for, or v for underscore v in dot items. Okay, so that should work now. Cool. So now we have the main message. Well, so let's, I think we're printing out this here. So let's remove that print. And we're printing out each of these messages here. And that's what replies, and we didn't print this main message. So now we need to come in here. We're going to remove this print. And we're going to say... so this, what do we call this? So this is just the date. S date equals this. And so then we'll do here S date. And the reason for that is then we're going to come down here and we're going to say twitter.tweet message, and then we're going to go for r in replies, twitter.tweet r, and we're going to use the s date. I mean, I guess we could technically use message as the whole match, but all right, we're going to tweet against that date. So let's run that, and it worked, and it did something. So we'll come over, we'll check out here, we'll come over to our, and we'll refresh our feed. And so yeah, Spotify comes out like this. The Apple one does not, but I assume the link works. That's interesting. So yeah, this one comes here. So we'll have to kind of play around with, I guess, how we do the links. But yeah, so we have, this day they released these episodes. Moko, Dear Mama can only be found on the main feed. And it has those links. Can only be found on the main feed. Has those links. Can only be found on the main feed. Has those links. All right, so let's delete these. So far, I mean, that's the kind of the first little attempt at the prototyping. We're going to need to do a little bit more, right? We'll need to, make some adjustments probably to those links. We'll also need to we're also going to need to take in all the other information from all the other feeds and determine kind of which of these to, or which of these to call. So we'll need to kind of have like logic that is all kind of wrapped up and involved in all that. So for now, though, what we're going to do is we're going to commit this, and we're going to say starting prototype for controller. And you can check out the log. And we'll say git tag ep 41. Okay, so I'm gonna do, the prototyping. We're gonna do a little bit more of that next time before we get to actually creating everything for the controller. So until then, see ya.